What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Best of PSVR. This is episode 2, where I'll be covering Wraith The Oblivion Afterlife. This is by Fast Travel Games, who've brought us other amazing titles, such as Apex Construct, the long-awaited and hopefully releasing the PSVR soon, Budget Cuts 2, and one of my absolute favorites, because it got my daughter into VR. It was her entry game into PSVR, and that would be The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, which is another amazing title. These guys hit the mark every time. But we're going to talk about Wraith today, and what they've done here, in my humble opinion, is an absolute masterpiece. Visually, story-wise, the presentation, and the immersion. They nail it on every single point with this title. And this is an actual new release to the PSVR. I've had it on Quest for a while now. I purchased it on day one on the Quest 2. Plays excellent. But I don't cover Quest or footage, just PlayStation VR. So I was really looking forward to making this video. And in my opinion, it deserves to be up there with one of the best. This should set the benchmark for how story horror games should be presented, how they should look, how the sound design should be. And they've implemented some new characteristics and new techniques here that are just absolutely unique to this game, and I commend them for them trying what they tried and knocking it out of the park completely. So I do want to give a warning. There will be some light spoilers here. I was a little conflicted on how to make this video because I don't want to spoil this for anybody. I want them to experience the story for themselves because I think that you all should. This is a full-fledged single-player story campaign that has just so many things going on in it. And it's just done brilliantly. So just a heads up warning, there will be some light spoilers. I decided to play this from the beginning. And to be perfectly honest, this is my second video I've done on this title. I actually covered this entire video already, uploaded it to YouTube, and my mic was muted. So there was an hour long of footage where none of my narration was playing. It was just gameplay, and I'm quite a bit upset about it because you never get that first take back. So this is take 2, but for you it's my first presentation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, and I would definitely appreciate you giving a like and consider subscribing if you like the content I'm putting out. And let's jump into Wraith The Oblivion Afterlife. We're going to go with Game 2 because I want to start from the beginning and show you guys this stuff. And I think that you're in for quite a treat.
The Barclay Mansion. The place where I died. No!
Everyone must pay.
Please stop. I'll do anything. I don't want to die. Ed. Wake up.
Alright. So right away, as you can see, the immersion here is just astonishing. And this isn't even really the game itself. I mean, it is, but wait till we get into the mansion. Yeah, I mean, just look at the detail here. Fast Travel really nailed this one. This honestly, to me, sets a benchmark on how these games should be presented. So devs, take note. I mean, this is VR done right. and it should absolutely belong in everyone's library. I do want to say real quick before I proceed, maybe watch another 5-10 minutes of this, but if you're willing to go out on a limb and trust my better judgment, I own over 500 PSVR titles, when I tell you this is a must-have game if you're into this genre, horror, storytelling, a little bit of sci-fi, fantasy, suspense. It's a thriller. It's done fantastically, and so if you're willing to take my word, I would urge you to just stop watching my video now and buy it. Just buy it and start playing it for yourself. If that's not good enough, which is understandable, follow me along a little bit. But when you hit that point where you're like, yeah, I want to get this, just stop watching my video, because this needs to be your unique experience. You need to feel and live this story. So let's go ahead and get going here. I mean, the visual representation here is just, it's amazing. Man, I wish I didn't screw up my first take.
You're the photographer. Welcome to Crazyville.
Yes. So I will say one thing here in a minute. So you can, as soon as you highlight something, you can just flick your wrist and grab it and catch it, throw it. See? Anything that glows like that, you just flick your wrist and grab it. It's always very accurate. If you see anything that looks kind of off, like like my moves are, it's my setup. I bumped my camera and I don't want to reset it right now. And I'll get into the only flaw I can fault this game with. Now, I know I'm giving it a lot of high praise, and that's because it's well-deserved high praise. But there is one minor thing I would like to see. That's kind of major, honestly. I'd like to see implemented in the near future, which I'll get into shortly here. But, I mean, as far as negatives go, I like to cover the full spectrum for you guys and let you know what I honestly think. And there's just not many negatives to be said. I mean, this is a brilliant and amazing title, and that's why it's on Best of PSVR, having just been released for PSVR, and it's already here. I was waiting for this to happen. Absolutely loved it on the Quest. I will say here, visually, graphically, it looks a little more high powered. Look, you can see moss on the rocks. Once I get into better lighting, you can see my cuts and stuff.
Or just ignorant. You have a talent, boy. Your camera sees things the rest of us only dream about.
Now, if you didn't understand the whole camera line there, that's actually very important to the storyline here, which you'll see right before I end the video. I took my first video that far, the one I screwed up and left out the audio, or didn't turn my mic on. And I plan to go the same distance here with this one. So yeah, let me go ahead and get through this for you guys. And the subtitles can be turned off. I left them on for those who may have hearing impairment and kind of want to watch anyway. And there is a full comfort setting options for snap turning, smooth turning, full locomotion. There's several control options here, so they covered it all when it comes to this title. All right.
Okay, everyone, close your eyes and open your minds. Open yourself up to the spirit world.
And here we go. is the Barclay Mansion. This is a ginormous estate. And fast travel, if you're watching, I would love a key to Barclay Mansion. I know you guys make them, so get a hold of me if that's something that's possible, because that would be epic. I will say I was fortunate enough to win one of the Wraith The Oblivion Afterlife t-shirts when they had a contest, and I plan to frame it. And if this ever comes out on physical, that will also go on that frame. And if I can get a key for Barclay, man, I'd have the whole shebang going. That'd be pretty epic. We're gonna stop here.
So people actually live like this? So much for showing the truth about LA nightlife, Mr. Fancy Photographer.
Maybe it's time for some truths about the rich and famous. All the debauchery you can stomach, but with the edges filed off.
I'm not so sure about those edges. Anyway, if it pays the bills.
Okay, let's see what this billionaire nutjob wants from us. Ed, come find me.
So I want to let you guys know I am playing this on the PS4 Pro using the Move controls and wearing the Sony Gold headset, and the 3D audio is excellent. The sound design here was crafted extraordinarily well, and it works excellent. Their music made just for this title is perfect. Now, I'm going to point out the one and only suggestion / flaw / negative that I can possibly muster up about this title. And that would be, it is in dire need of a pro patch. As you can see these lights, you can see some jaggies. I know that the resolution could take another bump up or so, and I think a pro patch would greatly do that justice. As you get closer, things kind of even out, but it'll be a little more prominent in this mansion. I'll show you. But I mean, for those that are in the know, these games have to run on the OG PS4. Look at the ambient fog and stuff. So they have to run on the OG PS4 at, I believe, 60 frames per second. And when you start adding graphical bumps, like upgrades and stuff, like a pro patch, it might not hit that mark on the OG, so they leave those out and generally patch them up after the game has come out. This has not yet had the pro patch, but I really do hope that it is something that is in the works. Alright, we're going to go ahead and read this. New York, March 21st, 1992. Howard Barclay, renowned Wall Street venture capitalist, yesterday announced he is leaving dark and dreary New York City for warmer climates. I've always loved LA, he says, and I can't withstand its pull any longer. Barclay, a philanthropist and lover of life, says the next time the world hears of him, it will be for very different reasons. If I didn't love money, I wouldn't have entered this business. But there comes a time when you just have to follow your heart. This sounds very interesting. This reporter, for one, looks forward to hearing what Mr. Barclay takes on next. I am sure that just like on Wall Street, he will make a lasting impression. So, I will tell you up front, this is a slow burn. Don't expect a lot of stupid jump scares. There are jump scares, and they're actually done pretty well. It more has like a terrifying effect than an actual jump scare. Like, there's moments of this game where I'm truly terrified. But it is a slow burn. You need to invest into the story, and I am telling you now, this title is worth you investing that time into it. So here's where I'll point out where it's very prominent that a pro patch is needed. Do you see that poster of the journey? Right? Do you see the words above it? No, right? Kind of looks like a blurry mess, to be honest. Once we get closer, look how clean that comes out right here. As we back up, right about there, we lose it. So a pro patch would instantly remedy that. And that's what I'm hoping that they go for. There we go.
you also here to bask in the glory of Howard Barkley? Not that he's here to meet you. Don't worry. He's cooped up in his sick room and will probably not die before giving you a proper welcome. So, you're the photographer. Welcome to Crazyville.
Hi.
Meet the rest of the cast. Tom Shepard, purveyor of expensive shit and know-it-all asshole.
Hi, glad you could make it.
And let's not forget the queen of mediocrity, Miss Medium Walters.
It's Meadow, actually. Nice to meet you. You're here to photograph the seance, right?
Yeah. We're just here for a couple of days.
Like the rest of us, honey. Just like the rest of us.
Yeah,
You
so
know how the song goes, right? Ed is dead. Welcome to the afterlife.
yeah, I love that ominous voice going on there. Now look at the textures and graphics here. Like look at that cut. And there's other really cool things I'm going to be able to show you once I get those abilities. It's probably one of my favorite features of this game, which will happen right now. This is how you save. And this is how you navigate.
Can you feel it? The energy coursing through you. You're different now. Your senses are more refined. Sharper. You can see and hear everything if you want it bad enough. Try and use it. See if you can find me. Maybe it will make you feel less useless.
Wow, like the voice acting in this game is so great. I truly love it. I think the subtitles are hanging around a little longer than they need to be. So yeah, this is such a... Okay, we'll go ahead and hit that. Use sharpen. Okay. So this is such a unique way to basically provide you a HUD or a directive or a goal. Is you hold down your right move and your arm becomes your target. The closer I am, you'll see it turns yellow and pulses with a heartbeat. Now we're going to go ahead and follow this. And it'll lead us right where we need to go. Like pinpoint accuracy too. See that? Points us to items and directives like this right here. Los Angeles, May 15th, 2018. The popular TV show Who's Haunted, starring the charismatic and now well-known host of Medium Meadow Walters, has finally been put to rest. The show, which followed Meadow around in increasingly haunted houses, ran a whopping 8 years since it first aired in 2011. It's just math, really, says TV producer Louis Calzada, CGF Network. With no viewers coming in, there will be no shows coming out. As simple as that. It's not as simple for poor old Meadow Walters, however, as the current demand for spooky mediums is lukewarm at best. We've reached out to her about her future endeavors, but she has declined to comment. The last and final episode of the show will air on Tuesday night at 8 Eastern Time. Even so, be sure to catch it. So yeah, now we got a little piece of the lore, and we're directed to go that way, see? But and if you see this, I will explain that to you later on in the video. Those are important things, though. And here is where we get into the heart of the game. All right. Ooh. It's crazy, huh? So we can also, they have these here. Let's see if there's anything in here. Not at this time, I don't believe. Nope. Okay. So this restores your corpus, which I think is that beating heart thing. So we'll go ahead. Okay, we're already at max, so we can save that for now. And if you see that, actually the video won't run long enough for you to get to see what that does. So you're gonna have to buy the game if you want to find out. And I think you'll be very, very surprised with that feature. See, its arms directing us to go this way.
Specifically, I like the artists that show it as it is. Reality, you know?
Yes, reality. It always finds a way to disappoint you.
I mean, I can find you other stuff too. I've got great connections. Great connections.
Yeah, so you get a lot of pieces of these stories like that. This game's honestly really brilliant. The way that they created it.
I don't know what to do with it.
But it's the time compass from our movie. I would love to be able to keep something, anything from this shoot.
You know what? I think you should have it.
What? No. Seriously?
Yeah, it's yours.
This mansion is just huge. The immersion is just so real here. I love it. I feel like I'm really in this mansion. Alright, so we gotta get over here and then go back.
I met this lovely lady earlier. You should meet her too.
I think I know who you're talking about. I was thinking the same thing.
I bet you did. Let's talk more in the library. Less people there to listen in. Go get the key from the service staff. Should be on one of the bar carts.
So if you didn't catch that, it sounds like they're trying to Harvey Weinstein that poor girl that we were just talking to. So now we're going to... I can't lift this yet. I'm not strong enough.
Please speak to me, Dad. Please. Dad. It hurts so much. All you had to do was to see me. It hurts.
Why am I not throwing anything?
Make it stop.
I don't know what's wrong with my throwing all of a sudden. Normally I can throw pretty good. Oh, my camera. Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna throw something at that guy.
Why? No. 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 Please speak to me, Father.
Alright, so now we've got our key. And we can head into the library. Now this is where you gotta be. This is where it gets creepy.
Father.
Oh, I need something to throw.
No. 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 Why? Please speak to me, Dad. Please. I am so alone. It hurts. Someone make it stop. Dad.
Creepy. In the role as your agent, your interests are always first and foremost in my mind. I cannot stress this enough. This is precisely why I now ask you to drop this. You may not see it directly. I know how feelings can cloud one's judgment, but believe me when I tell you that this is in your own interest. Yes, Alan may have behaved inappropriately on the time storm set, although you must admit that spending time alone with him in his trailer perhaps was stretching your luck a bit. And yes, he probably deserved to be put on trial for that, but in reality he's a famous and rich man, and you can imagine how that one would go. They'll let him out with a slap on the wrist instead. Think of your own career and what a public scandal could do to your image. I'm telling you, just drop it. Which is probably great advice. Okay, Mr. Barclay, the new alarm systems are now functional in the library. Your precious books are safe. The doors can be locked, unlocked from the terminal in your panic room or the one in the library. The temporary code is 1379. Alright. So this is where it gets kind of creepy, just to start with, okay? You'll see why in a minute. You need to remain quiet. and not let these guys see you, or they will cause you harm. You use these as a distraction.
All you had to do was to
Ooh, I got lucky. Oh, if he would have seen me, I'd have been a wrap. I would have got injured. So this is the room where I first entered into, remember? We're not going there. We're going to run past him and go a different way. But we're not actually going to run. What you need to do is crawl. You don't make any noise when you walk. Nice and slow. You can hear my footsteps like that. Fuck! Oh, that is creepy, I'm telling you. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Oh, thank God. Ah, let me out of here. Okay, so now we need to go upstairs. Move slowly and quietly so specters don't notice you. So even though I'm a wraith and I am dead, there are things that can hurt and kill me, for sure. And then you see another one of those, which you will get an explanation for here shortly. I love that. That's so cool, ain't it? Like, come here. Come here. So it's telling us we need to go this way, which I already knew. I'm just showing you guys. That sound design is so fucking creepy. That's where we want to go. And here we go. That's my buddy.
What's the matter? Don't you recognize yourself? You feel it too, don't you? Like your speech, right down the center. I don't like it any more than you do. Honestly, if I'd known that this would happen when I died, I wouldn't have fought so hard to stick around. Barkley invited us. The sick old man was afraid of dying and wanted to understand the ever after. There was a seance of sorts. Fuck knows what happened. But here we are. You and me. Dead. But without the decency to lie still. And with no way to leave this house. There are memories lingering. The lost and lonely souls of the Shadowlands. Maybe you can invite them back. Get them to tell us what happened. And also, how to get the hell out of this place. Use the camera God gave us. It's always shown us more than the eye could see.
So, remember what I'm gonna take a picture of him. Remember what I was telling you about these type of things? Watch this. Pretty freaking cool, right? So we're gonna go ahead and save our game here. So yeah, our game is saved now.
I'm glad you came. I know this isn't your typical thing, Ed, but ooh, it's gonna be worth it. Look, the old man is a bit nuts. And he might say stuff that makes no sense to you, but...
We're gonna do this, and then we're leaving.
Tonight?
No, we're here for the weekend. Me and Rachel are leaving LA, Tom. It's time to try something else.
Maybe we need to remind these remnants about the events that led up to this seance. See if you can make more use of your new toy.
The texts say that the dead call this plane the Skinlands. Highly amusing. Unfortunately, the author fails to name the plane. The dead move on, but he does write some about how it works. In a way, it is a mirror of our world, but objects linger, and buildings that have been gone for generations might still exist over there. Our world and theirs is separated by the shroud. One thing I am certain of, the dead have a flair for melodrama. The author claims crossing between the planes is dangerous but possible. Of course, he neglects to mention how. I must search harder. My time is running out. Yeah, so like I said, it's a very, very narrative-driven game, but it's absolutely creepy. I don't believe I've played any other title that I can even compare this to. It's really its own unique title. Holy shit! Did you guys see that?
Jesus Christ, Meadow. What fucking lengths will you go to make a buck?
Get off your high horse, Alan. You're no better than me.
Hey, look. The old man has clearly lost it. But we both need something from him.
Yeah, his money.
What I'm saying is, none of us stand to gain anything from you giving him a heart attack during your play-act seance.
I've got this. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
That's it. Return to the place of the seance.
Alright, here we go. Pure nightmare fuel coming up. And if you haven't yet, please click a like and subscribe.
You're bringing a knife, Tom?
Okay, everyone. Close your eyes and open your minds. Open yourself up to the spirit world.
What is happening? Meadow, you tell me right now, what is going on?
Is she alright?
Oh boy.
There's still a lot you don't know about me.
That didn't end well. We learned nothing new at all. How the hell are we gonna get out of this place if you can't even succeed with something simple like this? We'll just have to find another way out of here. The main door certainly doesn't work. But maybe there's a way through the garden.
Alright guys, like I said, I don't want to spoil this for any of you. I think I've shown you enough to where you can base your own judgment on it. It gets a lot scarier, and there are more abilities that I have not shown you yet, but I don't want to spoil them. I don't even really want to talk about them. I just wanted to put this out there to let you guys know, if this isn't in your library, it needs to be. So I do appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if anyone from Fast Travel's ever watching this, and I'll be happy to voice act any of your games absolutely free. I see you got quite a bit of voice actors going on here. I would love to be in one of these games. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let this video end here. Pros are everything. Great story, great music score, great voice acting, great writing, great narrative, excellent immersion, excellent graphics. They nailed this. The cons, it could use a pro patch. You know, I'm gonna put that out there. The run speed, this is me full run, could maybe be a little faster. Here's me full turn. I think that's good. I think that's fair. The run speed could be a tad bit faster, and a pro patch. Besides that, man, I've got nothing bad to say here. Excellent game, and you should buy it. Again, thank you for watching. This has been Wraith the Oblivion Afterlife on Best of PSVR Episode 2. And until next time, have fun, stay kind, keep gaming. I'm out. Peace. I'm stand like Joe Biden until we end the video. I'll just stand here like Joe Biden.
So, how do you like the party so